we're going to go over the one assumption that could be holding back your manifestation. So stay tuned. Hey lovelies, welcome back. We are Manifestation Sisters, helping you master your mind to manifest your desires. I'm Tia.
And I'm Leah.
And before we jump in, as you probably know by now, if you want to work with myself or Leah to go to that next level, we have Next Level You one-to-one coaching, we have our digital bundles to help you with your mental diet, and then we have our brand new embodied self-concept launching very soon. You're going to go from feeling like manifestation is a guessing game, questioning yourself, questioning if you're doing things right, to trusting yourself, knowing your power, having a step-by-step roadmap to manifest your desires and no longer feel like how you think and how you feel is dependent upon what happens in your 3D. If you're interested in that type of transformation, link is in the description box below. Let's jump in. So what is the one assumption that could be holding you back from experiencing your manifestation? And we're heavily on the could. Assuming, what am I doing wrong? What is it I'm missing? Or putting an expectation on yourself and having the self-judgment of you thinking that you shouldn't be where you currently are. Maybe because you know everything there is to know about manifestation, maybe because you've been doing it for a while. But essentially it's the thinking patterns, it's the assumptions of putting resistance on your path and reinforcing the identity. There must be something you're missing.
Yeah, because when we allow ourselves to dwell in those assumptions, because that's when we really start to trip ourselves up with our manifestation, because we're buying into the belief and the assumption that I can do things wrong. So what we really want to do is shift that assumption, because it's not serving you, right? You now want to shift to the solution, right? The problem is those assumptions, they're not serving you. So now we're shifting to the solution where no, actually things are always unfolding in my favor. It's that best case scenario thinking, reminding yourself of your power, of you being the creator of your reality and you being that operant power, and that everything you're doing is in fact working. So when you find yourself wanting to dwell in those limited assumptions, remind yourself that, okay, I'm reinforcing this limited assumption, and that's going to create more of this limited assumption because I'm dwelling in a mindset and a version of me that is thinking from I do things wrong, right? So now we want to shift to thinking from no, everything is always working out for me, I'm always doing everything correct.
Exactly. And I had this actually very recently with one of my clients, and she knew everything there was to know about manifestation. She was very along her journey of like she had manifested loads of other different things, but there was that one area where she was like, Tia, I just don't get what it is that I'm missing. Like, I know a lot about manifestation. I should be manifesting this one thing easily. What is it I'm missing? What is it I'm doing wrong? That exact thinking is what perpetuates the not having state. Because like we always say, you're either having or you're not. There's no wavering. You cannot serve two masters. So you've got to think to yourself, the assumptions like this that I'm thinking to myself, what are they reinforcing? What is the thinking and feeling state that they are reinforcing within myself? And for her, it was, they just reinforce that she's not worthy. They just reinforce that she's doing something wrong. There must be something wrong within herself of why she can't have the manifestation. So once we got down to it, recognise that these assumptions were just reinforcing the belief of unworthiness, she was able to shift out of that disempowered thinking. She was able to shift from expecting the worst case scenario, blaming herself, feeling like things are missing, to knowing her worth, knowing her power, knowing that everything she's doing is correct and she's worthy for her desires. And even if she can't see it yet, it's up to her to stand firm in that choice, that decision, that identity of the version of herself that has what it is that she wants, despite her 3D. And even if she's feeling them feelings of what am I doing wrong, she knows now that it's the shift back into the empowered state that has to take place in order for her to start sustaining and living from the version of her and returning back to that having state more dominantly.
Yes, because you are the power, right? So it's you shifting into that empowered state more dominantly and allowing yourself to dwell more in favourable assumption, which is going to create the new shifts and the external movement, because the internal movement's first, and then the byproduct of that is the external will follow suit, right? So we're always seeking our own validation from within ourselves, and then as a byproduct, our reality must reflect it, okay? Let go of those assumptions that you could be doing things wrong, or there's something wrong with you, or something isn't working and you're not doing something correctly, because they are false, they are not your truth, and now you're returning to the decision to keep dwelling in your ideal version of self and your new version of self that knows that everything they're doing is working, and you trust in that unseen, okay? And your reality must catch up to those new assumptions. So we're going to end the video here, and as always, thank you for sharing, commenting, liking and subscribing. We love growing with you and you growing with us, and as we mentioned at the start of the video, we do offer our next level one-to-one coaching. We also have our digital bundles and our embodied self-concept membership, which is launching very soon. So we'll see you in the next video.